Up till now, we have seen the two methods for isolation of terpenoid, means extraction of essential oil. Simple distillation method, steam distillation method, and third is solvent extraction method. What is extraction? It is a process used to obtain the compounds which may be unrelated from the plant material. And while isolation is a process where the separation of the pure compound takes place from the plant extract. For this extraction process, typically the solvent, just like alcohol, these are used. For example, methanol, ethanol, and hydrocarbon like hexane are used. As the plant material sits in the solvent, the terpenoids are extracted. After soaking for some time, typically for half a day or 2 days, based upon the type of terpenoid, the plant material is removed and then solvent is evaporated, leaving behind the isolated terpenoids. The principle of extraction. It is a method to separate the compounds based on their relative solubilities into different immiscible liquids or solvents. The two solvents which are used for solvent extraction, out of these two solvents, one is always water, that is aqueous medium, and another is the organic solvent like benzene, alcohol, ethanol, carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, petroleum ether, etc. What is the principle? The principle is the method which is based on difference in their relative solubilities of the terpenoids in two different immiscible liquids. These two liquids must be immiscible in one another. And the compound or the terpenoid which we are going to separate, which we are going to isolate, this terpenoid, the solubility in these two different solvents must be different. Or sometimes in one solvent, this compound means terpenoid is less soluble, while in another solvent it is more soluble. Or in one solvent it is insoluble and in another solvent it is soluble. Out of these two solvents, one is always water and another is always aqueous solvent. It is used to separate also the hazardous contaminant which are obtained in the industry, that is from sludge or the sediments as well. Means it is used as a one of the purification method, just like the steam distillation. Means in this method, the organic compound is separated from the mixture where selectively the technique dissolves one or more compounds into an appropriate solvent. Means after separating the solvent, the residual water will remain in the organic layer. There are different types of extraction methods. One type is liquid-liquid extraction, then solid phase extraction, acid-base extraction, supercritical fluid extraction, ultrasound assisted extraction, heat reflux extraction, mechanochemical assisted extraction, and microwave assisted extraction. Liquid-liquid extraction, this is the first method which is involved in our syllabus. Solid phase extraction, liquid-liquid means both are the liquid phases. One is organic medium, another is aqueous medium. Solid phase extraction, here the terpenoid which is present in a solid state, it is obtained. Means one of the two phases, it is a solid phase. Acid base extraction, it is based upon the acid base reaction. Supercritical fluid extraction, then ultrasound assisted extraction, means ultrasound waves are used. Heat reflux extraction, mechanochemical assisted extraction, and microwave assisted extraction, means extraction which is done in the microwave or using the microwave rays. In our syllabus, only one method is involved, that is liquid-liquid extraction. Already we have seen that is solvent extraction is the process in which compound transfer from one solvent to another. Means in one solvent it is immiscible or insoluble, in another solvent it is soluble. Means depending upon the difference in solubilities of that compound into two solvents, or we can say depending upon the distribution coefficient or partition coefficient between these two immiscible solvents. This is the important thing in the solvent extraction. Some plant materials like vanilla, which is difficult to extract, or the jasmine flowers, rose flowers, which are too delicate to survive the process of distillation, means steam distillation. Instead of that method, another method is used to extract their aromatic essence, and this process used is known as solvent extraction. The process utilizes the organic solvents. For example, petroleum ether, toluene, benzene, different alcohols as well as the petroleum ether. As the solvent is added to the botanical part, means plant organs, it is absorbed and allows the release of the aromatic compound, means terpenoid, in the form of essential oil. These solvent extracted compounds are called absolutes. Just now we have seen absolute in another clip. And these are very concentrated because there is highest yield of the aromatic material which is present in the essential oil. Technically, they should not be called essential oil. These are called the absolute, and which give the intensive smell or the pleasant smell to that terpenoid. The solvents used are mostly hexane, means hydrocarbon, or paraffin, and the ethanol solvent. Now, in solvent extraction, the selection of solvent is a very important thing. These are different factors which affect the extraction process, and hence they affect also the quality of the essential oil, means of course quality of the terpenoid which is obtained by using the solvent extraction method. The name is given solvent, means we have to consider the quality of the solvent, then and then only we can obtain the essential oil, means terpenoid of the best quality. Solvent polarity. Solvents are used here in this method, they must be polar. All of you know what is the meaning of the polar. In that molecular formula of the solvent which you have to use in this method, it must be polar. Means there must be the difference in their dipole moment of one atom and the dipole moment of the another atom. It should possess the two atoms in such a way that there is a large difference in their ionization potential or their polarity. One atom is electropositive and another atom should be electronegative. For example, chloroform. Then hydrocarbons. In hydrocarbon there is carbon and hydrogen, but there is no such a difference in their electronegativity. The another factor is boiling temperature. There should be the boiling temperature must be low in order to facilitate the removal of the solvent from the product. Means all the types of alcohols, methanol, ethanol, propanol, or we can say the petroleum ether, these are the volatile solvents. The boiling points are less than 100 degrees Celsius. As the boiling points are low, you can easily remove that solvent after the process by using vacuum or by using the reduced pressure. Means it will become easy when we use the solvent having the higher volatility. It must possess the latent heat of evaporation, latent heat of vaporization, so that it should be easily converted into vapors. The meaning is same, the wording is only different. Reactivity. The solvent should not react chemically with the extract, nor should it readily decompose. The solvent we have to use in solvent extraction, that solvent should not be reacted chemically with the extract, means with that essential oil or with the terpenoid, or it should not be readily get decomposed. Another factor is viscosity. Viscosity of the liquid must be low. It must be stable towards heat, and it must be stable towards oxygen or air, we can say, and the light. Safety in use. The solvent which we use in solvent extraction, it should be safe. If possible, it must be non-flammable, or it should not be inflammable and should not cause any toxicity or any hazard to the technicians or the persons which are handling or doing that process. Its disposal should not be endanger the environment. I mean, there should not be any type of air pollution or water pollution. Another factor is the solvent should be available in substantial quantities. Its cost and suitability should be able for reuse. The solvent which we are going to use in solvent extraction, it should be available in large quantity. Because for the extraction of the essential oil, extraction of the isolation of the terpenoid, we want the large amount of a volatile solvent. It must be not more expensive, and it must be suitable or comfortable for its use. Capability with local legislation about the permitted solvent levels in the product. This is an important factor for food applications. For example, the ethanol. Ethanol is not easily available. You have to get the permission and then you can obtain or you can collect the alcohol like solvents. Means it is also important factor. Means remember which solvents are suitable for the solvent extraction process. The solvent should be polar solvent. The solvent should be volatile solvent, means boiling temperature must be low. It should possess the latent heat of vaporization. It should not react chemically with the extract, nor should it readily get decomposed. Its viscosity must be low. It must be stable or resistant towards heat, towards oxygen, as well as towards light. And these are safety in use. Means there should not be any type of air pollution, water pollution. There should not be any hazard. There should not be any toxicity to the technicians, or it must be, it should not be non-flammable. It should not be inflammable. The solvent should be available in substantial quantities. Here some examples of suitable solvents are given: ethanol, methanol, acetone, ethyl acetate. All these are the polar solvents. These are the good solvents for polyphenol extraction. Commonly used solvents like ethyl acetate, diethyl ether, dichloromethane, chloroform, which are dissolved up to the 10% in water. Water also dissolves in organic solvents, but not up to 100%, but these are water is very less soluble in organic solvent. In ethyl acetate, 3% soluble, diethyl ether 1.4% soluble, dichloromethane 0.25%, and for chloroform the percentage is 0.56%. These are the suitable solvents which are used in extraction. In last video clip, we have seen the steam distillation, and where the receiver collect the distillate. That distillate contains two layers, one upper layer, another lower layer. Upper layer is made up of essential oil, and lower layer is made up of water or the aqueous layer, and these two layers are separated by using the separating funnel, and this apparatus is known as the separating funnel. Here the figure is shown where there is only one layer and two compounds are mixed together. This separation takes place, or which is based upon the solubility in difference in solubility in two different solvents which are immiscible. These two layers, these are immiscible in each other. Some molecules they attract towards the yellow colored solvent, and red colored molecules, these are attracted towards the blue colored solvent. Means in this way there take place the formation of two layers, aqueous and organic layer. This organic layer is the top layer, and this lower layer is removed by this by using this separating funnel in the beaker. Means one layer remains in separating funnel and another layer remains in beaker. I mean, this is the aqueous layer and upper layer is made up of the essential oil. This is then separated, and when the solvent is removed under pressure or again by distillation, the extract which remains at the bottom, it is nothing but the essential oil. There is also the same step in the solvent extraction method. The plant material is treated with organic solvent like alcohol, ether at room temperature. The essential oil is extracted into the solvent. Hmm, The first figure, consider the first figure. The extract is distilled under reduced pressure and to collect the essential oil. This essential oil is remained in the third figure as the upper layer. You followed the step first in extraction method. The plant material is treated with the organic solvent, and all this mixture is taken into the separating funnel. It is shaken very well so that they mix themselves thoroughly. The extraction of the essential oil takes place in organic solvent, as the oil is insoluble in aqueous medium, means in water, but it is soluble in organic solvent. Hence the oil get extracted in the organic solvent, and another impurities or other components which we don't want, they get dissolved in the aqueous layer, and in this way essential oil is separated by using this separating funnel. This is now disadvantages of solvent extraction. Just like steam distillation method, there are also the disadvantages of solvent extraction method also. The main disadvantages of solvent extraction are poor selectivity of most of the solvent. I mean the solvent which we use, alcohol, pet ether, chloroform, benzene, these solvents sometimes it possesses a poor selectivity, means it is not the exact selective or the selective perfectly for that specific type of terpenoid. At that time you can obtain the very much less yield of that terpenoid or essential oil. This is one drawback. Means selection of the perfect solvent is a very important factor in solvent extraction. Second disadvantage is final extracts are often colored, and these are very viscous. As these are the viscous liquids, actually the physical state is oil. It possesses the oily nature. They are always, or they become colored due to the extraction method. That is by addition of some coloring pigment during the extraction procedure. They become colored and the nature is viscous. The solvent is removed from the solution by fractional distillation, and the residue is term which remains after removal of the volatile solvent. That residue is known as concrete, and it consists of the volatile matter and oleoresins, including that essential oil. The industrial practice is to treat the concrete with alcohol to obtain the selective removal of the volatile constituents. Means whenever the extraction of essential oil is takes place on the large scale, means in the industry, at that time that concrete is used, the alcohol is removed to obtain the selective removal of the volatile constituent, and the material which is remained, that is nothing but the essential oil containing the terpenoid. It is not actually terpenoid, it is only essential oil. Now the next step is, from that essential oil you have to isolate the terpenoid in the pure form. This is one example I have given, that is extraction of oil from the natural product, that is ginger. In ginger the solvent is added, just we have seen, that is a polar solvent like alcohol or pet ether. Then this mixture, means by crushing the ginger, by crushing that ginger large pieces into the smaller pieces, it is crushed, and then solvent is added. This mixture is kept on the hot plate or stirrer, and it is allowed to stir. The mixture get thoroughly mixed, and then the next step is filtration. Means in that organic solvent, that essential oil get extracted. There take place the formation of two layers, as the water is already present in the natural product, means ginger. There take place the formation of the two layers, or the terpenoid which gets solubilized, which get dissolved in the organic solvent, and the material which is remained undissolved, it is removed or separated by the filtration. And here in the figure, the recrystallization of the terpenoid is shown, and this terpenoid, the name of that terpenoid is Jerome bone, and it is obtained in the form of the crystal. Means in the previous slide we have seen how the separation means extraction is done by using the separating funnel. Here also takes place the formation of two layers. Upper layer separating solvent which we can collect in another beaker, and the extract we collect in the first beaker. In this extract there is a terpenoid present which is allowed to recrystallize, and in the crystal form, the fine crystals, you can collect the terpenoid present in the ginger. Now the step number second means step number first, we have collected the terpenoid in the form of essential oil by using the solvent extraction method. Now essential oil we have collected, not terpenoid. Means we have to follow the step number second. What is that step number second? Now we have to isolate the terpenoid from this extracted essential oil. The terpenoids are extracted in essential oil, and these are recovered in pure form by using the physical and chemical properties of individual terpenoids. Means the terpenoid which is present in that essential oil, consider what are the physical properties, what is the state, whether it is obtained, it is present in amorphous form, crystalline form, or whether it is present in oily liquid form, what are their chemical properties, what is the melting point or boiling point, whether it is volatile, non-volatile, what are their reactions or means chemical properties. All these factors we have to consider, and then follow the chemical method or physical method which are suitable for that specific terpenoid. The first we see the chemical method. In chemical method, essential oil is treated with the reagent, and these reagents are those reagent which selectively reacts with only that specific compound, means terpenoid. Means select the specific reagents to identify what is the type, which is the functional group present in that terpenoid. The product form, it is easily separated and decomposed separately to regenerate the corresponding terpenoid. Means suppose we have got the essential oil. Then carry out the reaction of that essential oil, means where the terpenoid is present, with the specific type of reagent. Now which are the reagent? What are the different examples of reagent? In laboratory, you have done number of times the organic spotting. Okay, means identification of unknown organic compound. During the identification, you have to do the preliminary test. You have to do or detect the type of compound. You have to detect the functional group of compound. And for all these tests, the simple test means preliminary test, then confirmatory test, functional group test. For all these tests, you have to use the reagents, means the liquids or the solutions which are kept in bottles in front of you, means on the tables or in the rack. We call them as a table reagent. These reagents, for example, dilute HCl, dilute H2SO4, then HNO3, these different types of solvents, chloroform, benzene, all these reagents which are dilute solutions, these are known as the reagents, which you have to add this reagent into the compound, into the substance, and then observe what is the result. And from this observation, you have to conclude that which is the type of compound, which is the functional group present in the compound, and what is the confirmatory test. And from all this information, you collect the all this information in the what we can say, that is the summary, in the summary form. And from this summary, you identify what is the name of that compound, what is the molecular formula, or what is the functional group present in that compound, and then you go to the structure according to that consultation table. Means this is a method, means whenever there is a positive test, whenever there is a observation which indicate that which functional group is present. Means from that conclusion, we identify what is that compound. Means in the same way, yeah, remember those tests which you have done during the organic spotting. Suppose it is alcohol, or suppose it is ketone, or take the simple example of acid. If it is acid, or how you can identify the acid? It is acid when it is soluble in sodium bicarbonate. And when you add dilute HCl, there take place formation of the white precipitate. Means when the compound dissolves in NaCO3, sodium bicarbonate, and when there is formation of white precipitate after addition of dilute HCl, whenever such a observation takes place, at that time the conclusion is, or we can conclude that type of compound is acid, or this compound is acid. Okay, or if it is amine, NH2 group is present. If it is primary amine, and then when you follow the diazotization test, means addition of NaNO2, concentrated HCl, formation of diazonium salt, and then when you pour this solution into beta naphthalene NaOH, there take place the formation of orange red diester. When they take place, formation of this color diester, at that time we say it is a primary amine. Means NaNO2 solution or beta naphthalene NaOH solution, HCl solution, these are known as the specific reagents which prove the presence of that specific group, presence of that specific type. In the same way, the terpenoid which is present in essential oil, it is allowed to react with the specific reagents. The first reaction is given, that is unsaturated terpenoid is allowed to react with NOCl. Unsaturated. What is the meaning unsaturated? Or here also you can take your familiar example, that is unsaturated terpenoid plus bromine water. The product is crystalline adduct. Adduct means it is the addition product. Nitrosyl chloride. NOCl means nitrosyl chloride. When there take place the formation of crystalline adduct, it indicates that the terpenoid contains the double bond. Means that terpenoid is unsaturated terpenoid. In this way, you have to conclude. Another example, if it is carbonyl terpenoid. Carbonyl means if there is present the COH group, carboxylic acid group, then it is allowed to react with NaHCO3, means sodium bicarbonate. If there take place formation of bisulfite adduct, by identification of bisulfite adduct, it proves or it indicates the presence of carbonyl terpenoid. Carbonyl group, when carbonyl group is present, it reacts with sodium bicarbonate. When it gives bisulfite adduct, it indicates the presence of terpenoid where carbonyl group is present. And just now we have said if it is acid, react with sodium bicarbonate, and when you add HCl, they take place the white precipitate, formation of white precipitate. If the terpenoid contains alcoholic group, if terpenoid contains the alcoholic group, that alcoholic terpenoid is allowed to react with anhydride or any acid, any type of acid. And if there take place the formation of ester, if ester is formed, then it indicates or it proves the presence of alcoholic group in that terpenoid. In this way, by the chemical method, the terpenoid is identified or it is separated from the unwanted compound or from that remaining components which are present in the essential oil. This is known as the chemical method because we use the chemical reagents. Now physical method. In physical method, terpenoid is obtained by which methods are involved in physical method? Simple distillation method, fractional distillation method. Means fractional distillation, here the components are separated based upon their difference in boiling points or difference in volatilities of the component present in the mixture. Another technique is chromatographic technique. Third method is counter current distribution method. You know the chromatographic technique? You had done the practical where you have studied the paper chromatography method. By using this paper chromatography, you have isolated the mixture of two types of cations. Mixture containing CO plus Ni plus, mixture containing CO plus Cu plus. In this way, when two basic radicals are present in mixture, These two radicals are separated by using the chromatographic method. Means it is based upon principle, that is partition coefficient of the those radicals, or which two compounds present in that mixture. Means one is that is based upon the RF value. RF value means rate of flow. Rate of flow of the stationary phase. And by considering the mobile phase, means the developing solvent which is present in the large glass column. This developing column acts as a mobile phase, and your chromatographic paper, it is also known as chromatogram. It acts as a stationary phase. Means rate of flow here we have to study, and from this rate of flow means distance traveled by solute and distance traveled by solvent. This ratio is known as the rate of flow. Means based upon rates of flow of that compound, means of that those radicals or the components present in the mixture, these are separated from each other. This method is known as chromatographic technique. Means by identifying the different colors. These colors are obtained also by reaction with the specific reagents, just like rubenic acid, ninhydrin, or any other reagents. This method is known as chromatographic technique.